Hey everybody, happy Saturday afternoon. I'm going to tell a bunch of friends about this event. I hope that you'll do the same thing for me. And then we're going to get started. I'll let you know who I am, let you know what's up. Okay, so tell your friends. I know you know people that really would love to see this video, I'm sure. Tell a bunch of friends about sure of it. So let them know, okay, that we are here. Let me get this shared out. What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? Yeah, tell your friends. I want to just like share this thing, change lives all over the place. Just crank this out everywhere. We're going to talk all kinds of good things today. We're going to get into it here in just a minute. So in the comments, let me know where you're from. Pop down in the comments with your location. Where do you live? I am in New York City. We're going to talk all about that in this conversation today. Okay, so let me know, where are you from? We're going to share this out. Just give me a moment to do all the logistics here. Hey everybody. Let me just double check myself here. It's nothing worse than sending things out and not sending it to the right, the right link. It's not a good thing. So here we go. All right, we have Florida in the house, New York, Texas. All right, hello. We are going to do this. Just give me a moment to get it all shared out. Georgia, California. Boy, we're spread all over the country already. Yes, Mississippi. Hello, girl. What's up? Tell your friends we are here. This is also good for people that are already consultants because I'll be answering some questions at the end, but we'll get into the specifics. Hey, Anne. We'll get into the specifics at the end of this as far as how it's going to work. So or at the beginning, I'll tell you, but at the end, we're going to do some Q&A. Okay, let me focus on one thing at a time before I start talking all kind of silliness. Okay. All right, here we go. Hello, hello. Pop this on here. Please check the Facebook bot. You're going to get a little message in Facebook Messenger. Check that because you're going to have a little fancy word and you could qualify to win Z bracelets. Yes. All right, let me see. Let's get this saved. Let's get this activated. Just give me a moment to get everything set up here. Tell your friends, there's definitely people in your life that need this video today. Trust and believe. You may not know they need it. They may not tell you that they need it, but they need it. So make sure you let people know that we are here today. The alert just went out to those of you that are subscribed to my Facebook, my messenger bot. All right, so that went out. I just want to share this in one more place, and if you could help me and do the same, I would appreciate that. Okay, let's get this thing moving. Let's get the numbers cranked up. Crank up the numbers. Yes. All right. What's up, everybody? Let me just share this. We are live. And bam. All right, there we go. Let people know we are here. It's so beautiful. Right, Melissa? You know I got to take that Heidi and make it all kind of edgy. All right, so it looks like everything's working. Just give me another 2 minutes to get things set up. Oh, Christy, you're so sweet. Thank you. Let me get it all set up. I want to tell my team that we are live because why not, right? Let me tell my team because they need to come on over here and say, hey, my awesome Gotham gang team. And then we're going to talk about all kinds of things today. All right, let me know where you're from when you come in. Pop it in the comments, okay? Tell people there are people that need paparazzi in their lives. I'm going to touch on lots of factors today. I don't have notes written down. I am speaking to you today from here. That's how I roll. That's what we do. So I'm going to be talking to you from my heart today. I'm going to be giving you a lot of information. I'm going to be answering questions. So if you know any current consultants that want to come on over and find out about success as a pink diamond, how did I do it? How did I hit black diamond in a really short time? Let people know because there are people that need to hear this. So as people are coming on in, hey everybody, please comment where you are from. I'm seeing people from all over the place. Okay, let me know where you're from. How many are on my team? We have Diane. Oh my goodness, the number just changed because I had someone on my team sign someone up today. We are currently at, let me find that updated number for you. Pennsylvania last time. Hi, Kimberly, what's up? Welcome back. Let people know that we're here. You are awesome. I'm going to tell you right now how many are on my team. I should know that number, but it's always changing. It's always changing. Hey, Linda. That number changes all the time. Yes, it does. So, let's see. I'm going to tell you right now. Yes, one of my gals on my team just signed somebody up this morning. All right. That number's moving on up. Let people know we're here. I want to see lots of new people. If you are new to me, comment I am new or hashtag new and let me know that you are brand new and this is your first time watching. Hello, everybody. And you're going to get a word in Facebook Messenger. I love it. I love it. You're going to get a message in Facebook Messenger. Okay, we're going to get this thing started here in just a minute. I want to give as many people as possible time to hop on here. Okay, the question was, I think I have the exact number, but I want to just double check. Currently 388 people on my team. Yes, and we are working to get to 500. That is the goal. All right, everything's working. Hi, Kimber, you're new. What's up, girl? All right, I'm going to get this thing started because I have a lot to talk about. First things first, I'm going to say this. I'm going to, lots of new people. Hi, what's up? Hey, Amy. Hi, Jamie. First things first, let me kind of go through my, my thoughts. If you have questions, please ask them. There may be things that I'm going to talk about that are in my brain already. Flora, you are not new. Hi, Kim. There may be things that are in my brain already that I know I want to share with you. And if not, there is definitely going to be a Q&A at the end. Hi, Mom. A Q&A at the end for those of you who have questions about paparazzi. Maybe, hi, Tata. Hi, Christina. If I didn't give you an individual hello, I love my customers. You all know that. And hello to my team. We'll do a Q&A at the end as well. Okay, so if I don't touch on a question, then feel free to ask me at the end and I will open it up, whether you are someone thinking about paparazzi or you are already a consultant and you have questions about success. I can answer those as well. So who am I? That's important, right? So hey, my name's Heidi Bound and I am an independent consultant with Paparazzi Accessories and I am the CEO. I am the boss lady of Gotham City Bling. We are here in Upper Manhattan. Yes, right here in New York City, but no, not in Times Square, right? What's up? Hello, new peeps. I love it. Hey, Kim. Hi, Renata. How are you? Hi, Jody. We are not in the mix of all of what goes on. You know, you see on TV, New York City, right? You see cabs everywhere and Times Square and all of that. We live in a more sort of residential, quiet part of New York, but it's still the city. We are in Manhattan, which is really cool. And we run a really successful paparazzi business right here out of a New York City apartment. We use one bedroom. We have a 2-bedroom place. We use one bedroom and it is where our business is housed. It's 10 by 12 feet. And so, you know, we're cranking it out and doing it in a, what most people would consider a pretty small space. Yes. So I'm going to start this thing out by giving you just a little bit of my personal paparazzi resume. And then talk a bit about the company as far as life, okay? And then we'll talk about the logistics. We'll talk about the prices. We'll talk about those things. And we'll talk about like more or less the ins and out of the company as far as, yeah, those logistical pieces, okay? So yes, hi, my name's Heidi Bound, and if you want to take notes, feel free. If you have questions and you want to ask me during the show, please do. As I mentioned, if you want to message me privately afterwards, great too. You all know somebody that needs this video today. Please share it with them, okay? I feel like if we don't share this, we're kind of being, we have a gift, and we're keeping that from people if we don't share it, so please do. All right, so I joined Paparazzi at the beginning of July 2017, and it's been 2 years. And when I think about that, I'm like, so much has happened to me in the last 2 years. It's kind of incredible. So I'm going to give you a little bit of that scoop. Hello, everybody. If I'm not giving you individual hellos, I'm watching more so for questions. So just know that. I joined because my sponsor and friend, and at that time colleague, my colleague Anne, who was here, I think she's still here, Anne was slinging the bling, and I was like, $5 jewelry? That must be a hot mess. Okay, well, I have the replay up. Yes, of course, Deanna, always. I'm like, $5 jewelry, that can't be any good. It's $5. I'm like, I live in New York City where jewelry is not $5, right? So I was a little, I was skeptical. I was a little jaded at first. But I'm watching Anne, and I'm like, not only is Anne looking all kinds of cute, but Anne's having lots of fun, right? So I sat with my husband Marty in July 2 years ago, and we were sitting on the 4th of July at a little cafe here in New York City, and I was like, Anne's doing this jewelry thing. He's like, yeah, I know. And I said, what do you think if I try it? And he was like, well, what's the worst thing that could happen if you try it? Because, in my head, I'm going, well, what if it doesn't work? What if I don't sell anything? What if this isn't for me? And Marty's like, what's the worst thing that could happen is you end up with a box of jewelry. So what? You already love it. You keep the jewelry, give it to your mom, give it to your sisters, give it to your friends, right? He's like, that's the worst thing that could happen. And that doesn't sound so terrible, right? I was like, yeah, you're right. And then he was like, but what if you really enjoy it, right? Oh, thanks. What if you really enjoy it? So, we bought the biggest kit at that time, $499. And it's funny because my mom, who's here, hi Mom, my mom was always like, boy, you would be great on QVC. Like that would be, you should be selling on QVC. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Like that seems so far-fetched, right? So we got that big kit. And at the time I was teaching. I actually taught for 23 years, most of my career here in inner city New York. I've taught in Harlem, I've taught in the Bronx. I mean, I've taught some really tough kids in some really tricky neighborhoods. I taught in Inwood at the end of my career. And for a really long time, I didn't feel like I made sense in the educational system anymore. Now, let's keep it real. It wasn't that I didn't love my students. I did. I didn't love what the educational system was turning into with standardized testing, right? So to sort of give you that sort of backstory, is that thanks, Anne. I loved what I did. I didn't love the system in which I was working, right? So just know that's been a conversation that my husband and I had for probably half of my career, right? So we get this starter kit in the summer, 2 summers ago, and blew out of that starter kit in 2 live parties. Now, on those commercials where they say, these results may not be typical. Okay, selling out of a $500 starter kit in 2 live shows, I don't know that that's everybody's story. That's mine, right? The system is a hot mess, and I didn't make sense anymore. I was like that round peg trying to squeeze it into a little square hole. That was me, right? Be able to retire and go full times. Oh, good. Take notes to just, I'll talk through my personal story, and then we'll get into, lots of questions and things. I'm here for you this afternoon. So I just didn't make sense anymore. And I had said to Marty for a really long time, I'd love to do something in fashion. I mean, and again, I'll give that one to my mom too. I had all the shoes that matched all the clothes. Like my mom raised me to I left the house looking pulled together, right? Hi everybody. If I don't give you an individual hello, what's up? So I always loved clothes. I love fashion, I love jewelry, I love makeup, I loved all the things, but I was a teacher. And you give me hearts if you feel stuck in your job. Now I know there are people that get up in the morning, they go to their job and they love it. And I'm so happy for you with that. I was not that girl. So if you get up every day and you're like, oh my gosh, give me hearts right there. You get up and you're like, oh, here we go again. If you're going and you're feeling like you're working like crazy, and you're not being appreciated, maybe you're not being respected, or, you were like me and you're bringing home, I was bringing home work every Sunday, sitting here on a Sunday afternoon. I wasn't getting paid anymore. And let's keep it real. Teachers didn't get paid really great to begin with, right? So got the kit, blew through it in 2 parties, and immediately had to place an order, a big order for more inventory. I realized very, very quickly, okay, Amber, you get it then. That's your norm. So you're looking for something different, and I understand that. I realized very quickly, I think that Trent Kirby, one of our founders, asked me this question recently, and he said, when did you realize you were all in with this thing? And I had to really think about it, and I talked it over with my friend Courtney, and I realized I was all in with paparazzi when I realized quickly that the work equals the reward. And I'm not just talking reward as in the cash. Yes, my bank account is really different now than it was 2 years ago. But I'm also talking about the hard work and the effort that I put in. I get back travel, amazing people in my life, acknowledgement for the accomplishments that I'm making. Oh, hi Evelyn, have you been? Thank you. All of those things come back to me now, versus let me work really hard as a teacher and then where's your bulletin board and where's your data binder and can you jump on this committee and we'd really like for you to stay after school. So I was working really hard and getting more work and no more pay. Does that make sense? Right? So I realized really fast with paparazzi that if I really, like we say like we grind, right? Single and have no help. Girl, are you a consultant already? Because I know a lot of single moms that are, I'm not saying, I don't know if you're a mom, but you're saying you're single. A lot of people that are doing this on their own without help. Okay. So I'm working like crazy. I'm going to school. I'm a special ed teacher. I'm teaching in a hard neighborhood. I have really tricky kids, and I'm coming home and I'm going live and I'm selling the jewelry and I'm trying to build a team and trying to do all of these things, right? Yes. And single dads, Matthew. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Don't want to forget the men out there. So working super hard, coming home, doing this thing because I'm realizing that I'm benefiting from it, right? So people are like, oh, I don't have time. I can't make time to do paparazzi. I don't have time. So I realized really quickly that, and no kids. Okay, girl. So then you join my team and I'm going to teach you all the things. So stay tuned and listen because this, Kimberly, this may be for you. Okay, this may be for you. I have a lot of single peeps on my team, absolutely, positively. If you are on my team, comment #gang. Okay, so really quickly I learned that this company is going to give things to me based on the work that I'm doing. Fast forward, I started building up a team. I am an elite team leader of the Gotham gang. We have 388 people on my team. And when I say elite, hey everybody, that means that my team is in the top 1% of the company. My team is not a big team for being an elite team. We are not a large team by any means. We are actually one of the smallest fashionista teams in paparazzi. We are one of the smallest teams to hit that rank in paparazzi. And that's because of how I lead my team, and that is how my gals and guys work with a goal or goals in mind at all times. So I have this kind of tiny team They do, right, Anne? My tiny team works really hard. My life has changed so much since I joined in Fit for Women. Yes, that's right. And I work for me, okay? Will this interfere with my disability? Do you mean you receive disability? Because Jody, my answer to that, if that's a question that people have, if you receive disability, what you're going to want to do is call your case manager and ask, because you do need to report the income. Hi, Lisa. So fast forward through, I realized about 6 months in, I was standing in the train station here in New York City, and hi everybody, with Anne, with my sponsor, and I said, Anne, I'm going to do this full time. And she was like, what? I said, yeah, I'm going to do this full time. And this was back in the winter, months into, hi Rosa, months into joining this company. And she looked at me with tears in her eyes, and she said, if anybody could do it, it's you. And I was like, but I'm going to do it. We're doing it. Like, I had a conversation with Marty. We were working full time. At that point, we were selling like 2,000 pieces a week while I was teaching full time. A slow week for us was 1,000 pieces while I was teaching full time. So when people say, I don't have time, I don't have kids at home, I don't have help, those are all those things that you're putting in your head. My friend Courtney says, don't let your butts get in the way. Those are the things where you're saying, boy, I'd love to do this, but I have kids at home. Don't blame your kids, right? You want to be successful, you be successful. Don't say you can't be successful because of your kids, right? People say, oh, I can't be successful. I would love to do paparazzi, but I can't be successful because, you know, I have nobody to help me at home. Okay, so you figure it out, or you ask a friend to come over and give you a hand, right? If you want this bad enough, you figure it out. I could have said, I love paparazzi and I want to be successful, but I teach special ed full time. But I have to bring papers home. But I have to meet with parents. But I have IEPs to write. No, I had to figure out how to schedule my time so that the things that I wanted and the dreams that I had could actually come true, right? Right? That's what I had to do. Hear about your system after the sale. How did you build up viewers? All right, so I'm going to touch on those things. I'm just writing some notes down. And I will touch on those two questions that you had, okay? Fast forward, because I don't want to give you a whole ton of like the backstory, which could take forever, right? Paparazzi has levels of sales. Within 6 months, I was Diamond, Life of the Party. I also made the decision that I was going to retire. Like I said, I talked to Anne, I talked to my husband. I was like, I'm going to retire. We're going to do this thing. Like, this is it. To me, I needed to finish out that school year, even though financially I was in a place where I could have retired sooner than that. But to me, all these years I'm saying, well, I'm going to school for my students. I'm doing this for the students. Even though things didn't make sense for me, I'm doing this for my own students. So in my mind, I had to finish out that school year. If I didn't, it would be pretty hypocritical of me. If I walked away from a class, which was the hardest class I've ever had in my entire career, if I walked away from that class, that would be hypocritical to me. And I felt like it wouldn't be starting out my paparazzi journey or my paparazzi full-time journey with the integrity that it deserved. So I rode out the end of that school year and pushed my business like crazy. In June of that year, even on days you're not going live, what do you do day to day to work your business? Day to day. Right, that look? Yeah, so I, in June 12th, I got the phone call that I was one of the top 10 consultants that earned a Z necklace. So this is the Z necklace that's named after me. This is the Heidi that was part of the 2018 collection. That was June 12th. June 26th, I retired from the New York City Board of Education, and I walked out of a public school for the very last time. And June 28th, I hit Elite. So that like perfect picture, my June, you know, captured all of the things that told me that this decision was right for me. Ooh. So that June said, this is it. Like, this is your path. This is what you're supposed to be doing. And I was talking with a gal who's now on my team. She joined about a week ago. And I joined 2 years ago, 2017, Kimberly. And as I was deciding to leave education, you know, somebody said, well, what if it doesn't work out? And Raven said to me, it will. It has to. You're going to do everything you can to make this a success. So how do your viewers in the beginning? Need fresh eyes. Yeah, I have that written down. So Stacy, I'm going to touch on that as one of the questions at the end. Okay. Right, doll? I was like, ooh, that like hit me all of a sudden. Yeah, so that was it. Like, I created the perfect storm. And then in July of 2018, I went to my first convention, and I knew that I was going to walk the stage as Diamond, which was the highest life of the party at that time. Walked the stage as Diamond, did rock the runway. I had my necklace, and it was amazing. And went on stage as Diamond, went and sat down, and I hear my name for this new level that they added. So I was one of the first 7 Black Diamond in the company, and what that means is I sell a lot of jewelry. That's what it means. I sell a lot of jewelry. Thank you, Kimberly. That's my Heidi, and she's locked in the vault now. Even I can't get it. I have a bunch here though, but yeah, she's locked in the vault. And so that was last year's convention. And then, I mean, I got back from convention. It was like, let's go, right? So, you know, I went to convention as Elite. I went to a convention in 2018. My first convention, I didn't even know what any of this stuff really, truly meant at that time. Rock the Runway, Black Diamond happened, and I came back and I'm like, here we go. Like, we're doing this thing, right? And I'm like, and I don't have a choice because now I gotta pay bills. Like, now my bills and my rent and my life, and it depends on me working this thing. Like, it's not just like a part-time side hustle. This is legit now. And so I worked like crazy and continued to, actually I wasn't fashionista for that. I hit Elite, but I was not a fashionista consultant. I hit fashionista in February of this past year. So I continued to rank because my team is amazing. Went to this past convention, and oh, good, Kathy. Oh, thanks, Melissa. I went to this past convention and was going there as Black Diamond. Hoped that they would be doing something even bigger than Black Diamond, and that happened. I was on stage for Black Diamond. I'm up there with my friend Natalie Hadley, who used to be my paparazzi idol. Now she's my friend, right? Like, now I just idolize her because I just love her. And we're up on stage for Black Diamond. We go to leave the stage and we're like, come on. Because we both set this like high number of sales for ourselves, and we both like were in touch with each other, and we're like, how are you doing? We go to leave the stage, and Misty Kirby, our founder, takes the microphone and she calls up this new life of the party, which is an insane amount of sales, called Pink Diamond. And I got called up for that. So out of the entire company, I was one of the 11. So top within, we don't know the rank of each other, and I don't ever need or want to know that. But the top 11 in sales in the entire company. So do I know what I'm doing with sales? Yes. Will I teach you? Yes. Do I love what I do, and do I use paparazzi? I live my life. I love my life. I only do lives. I don't sell at events. But there are people that do, and there are people on my team that do, and I have them come in and train my team. How do you know if a piece is locked in the vault and no longer available? The Z pieces retire at the end of the year, Jamie. But all the other paparazzi pieces, the $5 pieces, once they're sold out, that's it, except for the blockbusters. Like, you can't get them. Like, when I bought pieces yesterday, I shop every day, Monday through Friday. We get new jewelry every single day, at least about 20, give or take, pieces, brand new every day. We don't have a catalog. Once those sell out, like, sometimes it's within seconds that those things sell out. Once they're gone, okay? And so that's why there's such this urgency around paparazzi and our pieces. So at this point, right now in September. My team is an elite team, a fashionista team. We're in the top 1% of the company. I am a pink diamond life of the party. I am leading a team of people that are ridiculously hard workers. What else? I am Crown Club 25, which means that people come on my team and they stay on my team and they work. I'm all ready for this fiscal year Life of the Party Platinum. Yeah. So point is, if paparazzi sounds like a company for you, then one of the most important decisions that you can make for yourself is, who do you want as your team leader? Super important. I'm hands-on with my team. I teach you as a Gotham gang member all the things that I know as far as sales, as far as recruiting. Am I perfect? Do I know it all? Absolutely not. And so within the paparazzi family, I have lots of friends, both elite and people that are striving to be elite, that we bring in. We do trainings all the time. If one of your team is considering going full-time, what steps do you suggest they take fiscally? So team's going full-time, what step do you? I think, Louise, that's a really personal conversation. I really think that if somebody's thinking about going full-time, I think that a generalized response to that is more so one of, that depends on what's going on in your own home, right? If you have kids, it's going to look different. Health benefits, we pay for our insurance now. Marty spent a lot of time researching, and we pay for our own insurance at this point. And I don't know that there ever will be, but right now there's currently not health insurance with paparazzi, but that's something that we figure into our monthly bills because we're financially in a place where we can do that, right? But I feel like a question like that is, if you're going full time, that is such a personal, specific kind of a question. That would be one that I would have a one-on-one conversation if you were on my team. New releases? Mari, aren't you on my team, girl? Mari, there's all kinds of training, girlfriend, on the team page about that. I literally just recorded myself. Marty had recorded me on Thursday, I think it was, and how I shop live. The pieces hit every day around 3 p.m. Eastern time, but there's actually a training video, Mari, on our team page, girlfriend, so go look it up. I'm like, you're on my team, girl. Aw, thanks, Kiva. Do you adopt? No. No. Do you know how many times I get asked that question, Dawn? So that's my that's my story, right? One of the biggest things that I got from paparazzi, because let's keep it real. At first you get a box of jewelry. Hi, Jennifer. You get a box of jewelry. This, and you hear people say this, and it sounds cliche in paparazzi, right? People say, oh, it's so much more than $5 jewelry. And if you're not part of the paparazzi family, you're probably like, what does that mean? What are you talking? What are you talking about? How do your viewing so high? How you're asking how my viewers are so high? I'll tell you. And I'm going to get to that. I have these questions written down. So paparazzi, that starter kit has brought me travel. I have been on an airplane. If you don't feel good with your sponsor, you can't change. So that's important. You have to find a sponsor that makes sense. It is the most important decision. Can you be successful without a supportive sponsor? Yes. Okay. But I feel like at this point, paparazzi's been around long enough. Okay. How much did I sell last night? It was like 350 pieces. I sold over about 600 pieces in 2 nights total. Paparazzi's been around long enough that we now know who are your leaders, who makes sense. I hear people all the time that come to me and say, oh, but I signed up under my friend. And she doesn't really work her business much. And I'm not knocking that. That's your friend's prerogative. But I really wish that I had signed under somebody else. You are buying a business, okay? You are buying a business. That is not just a kit of jewelry. It can be if you just want to do it for the discount, that's fine. But if you are legit doing paparazzi as a business, whether it's a side hustle or you're looking towards doing it full time, it is super important that you get connected with people in this business that know the ins and outs of how to be successful. I can teach my team how to be successful because I've been through the ranks, right? I've done so many things and I've fallen on my face. I fell on my face last December. My sales were low. I had to figure out why my sales were low, why I was falling on my face, so that I could reevaluate for my own business and teach my team. Is there a way to have access to your group trainings? Yes, I have a YouTube channel, Brianna. All you have to do is go on YouTube and search Heidi Bound, and you will see my YouTube. What I do is when I train teams all across this company. So, thank you, Jennifer. Thanks, Christina and Melissa. I love you all. I train teams all around the company and I upload those to my YouTube channel. So watch those, you know, and I keep it very real. I don't go in and filter anything out. Whatever I've shared with a team in this company, I put it on YouTube. So those are there. The other thing that happened to me at this past convention, and I don't know how I didn't mention this already, I got a call from the founders a few months back. Hey, Teresa. A few months back. And they said, we are picking 8 elite consultants and we would like you to speak on stage in Vegas at convention. You know, there's about 14 or 15,000 people. That's it. Can you talk on stage? And I thought, well, if Justin Timberlake can perform on that stage, then I can talk on that stage. I got this. So in a lot of conversations and meetings and all of that, I was one of 8 people to share my story on stage in front of tens of thousands of people. I know that was a big moment for me because I realized Misty Kirby looked at me and she said, we know that you are the brand. You are our brand. If we need something done, we can look at you and know that you are going to always live up to the brand. We trust that. And that to me was a life-changing statement from her. She could have picked anybody, and it was a team of people that picked us to be on that stage in Vegas, but to tell me that I, finally, after years of teaching and not feeling appreciated, finally, that was a statement where I was like, what I'm doing is people are noticing it. This is what this is about, right? Aw, thanks, Flora. Yeah, Flora's my stalker. I get regret messages all the time too, doll. People are like, oh, I wish I had researched. I wish, I signed up with my friend because she guilted me into it. And your friend may be an amazing leader. But if you want to be serious about this, you have got to take that time to figure out who to sign with, right? Not the one I would have chosen. So important to pick a sponsor. Teach you. Aw, thanks, Helen. Right, Ann? I view several paparazzi live shows. Heidi's lives so exciting. Aw, Sandy, thank you.
You good, babe?
Yes. Can you elaborate on your past December and how you pulled yourself back up? Yeah. You gonna make me go there, Susan. You gonna make me go there? It's fine. I will, of course. I love watching your trainings. You're very direct and I really get your style of training. I also met you at convention and got my photo. Aw, Brianna, thank you. Renee, yeah, we worked on earning these. Yeah, so life-changing. Yes. It's okay, Matthew, that's what it's all about. And hopefully it inspired you. Yep, I'm going to work on getting these. We earned these. So we're going to work on earning these again. It's on my radar, trust me. Once I'm not traveling, I'm traveling this week. I'm back again for a couple of days and I go to Vegas again. I'll be in Vegas most of end of September and part of the beginning of October. Kind of crazy. So clearly Leslie and Renee are on my team because they need a shirt. And I am their direct leader. So, and Matthew as well. Yes. So I've been talking to them about becoming a consultant. I just nervous because I'm really shy and not a real outspoken. Oh my gosh, Renee, I would love to have you, or not, I'm looking at Renee. Michelle, I would love to have you on my team. Listen, girl, I have people all the time on my team.
Do you need anything?
No, honey. Thank you. He's so sweet, but he just asked me that. Maybe he forgot. I have people on my team all the time, Michelle, and there's probably some here that are on my team, either on their direct sponsor or not, who constantly say to me, I'm shy. I don't know if I can go live. I don't know if I can go up and talk to people. Listen, I'm going to keep it real. Going live was never something that worried me. Talking to strangers about what I do flipped me out. Flipped me out, Michelle. And you might be like, yeah, okay, you talk in front of 15,000 people, you go live without a problem. Walking up to somebody one-on-one, because I was like, oh my gosh, thank you, doll, you're so sweet. Thank you. Because you never know, especially in New York City, people are kind, but they can be a little jaded. Like we're walking around in New York City, people are trying to give us free CDs and come to the comedy show and come get your picture taken with Batman, you know, like all those things. And so, yes, and Michelle, that was a thing for me as well. And what I realized is that the only way I was going to get better at it is if I forced myself to do it. And so I had to give myself that kind of that line that I would say, right? So I would want to give out free jewelry to people. We give out free jewelry with tons of people all the time, okay? And so I would walk up to strangers and I'd be like, right? And so what I realized is that if I walked up to somebody and complimented them on something, okay, how do you get through doing lives when people do not come in? We can talk about viewers. So I would walk up to somebody and be like, oh my gosh, I love your hoops. I love your style. I know you could rock these, okay? No, Matthew. I love your style. I love that, you know, how you're rocking those earrings, and I have these and I want to give them to you as a gift. And I know you could rock these too, right? And sometimes people will be like, but I had to say I'm giving them to you as a gift, because here in New York, people right away are like, because I used to make the mistake and I'd say, and I sell $5 jewelry, and now they're looking at me like, here you come, you're going to come sell me something, right? So I had to have that phrase ready, and it was authentic, but I knew, hey Jen, if I, Kimberly, how can I buy your necklace? Send me a private message. Kimberly, send me a private message and I will get you hooked up. I have them, honey, but I'm not going to sell on the show right now, but you can private message me. I knew that if I had that phrase ready, that I would burst out of my comfort zone. And now here's the deal. I'm telling people, I love your earrings. I know you could rock these. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. Hey, Jen. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you so much. And then it would turn into a conversation, right? Now, because I allowed myself to burst out of that thing that made me so uncomfortable, I can walk up to anybody and talk about paparazzi, okay? Kimberly, I'm going to write your name down, Kimberly, so that we can get you hooked up, okay? And Michelle, I wrote your name down because you're asking me questions which tell me that you're interested in my team, girl. You have to start somewhere, and I think those who sign up under people who are not as popular as the elites of the company deserve a chance also. Oh, absolutely, honey. Yes, absolutely. Sign up under people who are not as popular as the elites of the company deserve. Everybody deserves a chance, Denise. I'm not quite sure what your thought process is around that comment. But yeah, absolutely. The people on my team, we all start with a starter kit, because here's the deal, Denise. Let me just kind of put this in check for you. I got a starter kit just like you. If you are a consultant, you got a starter kit just like me. Okay? Nobody said, here, poof, here, Heidi Bound, here's the magic pill. Here, Heidi Bound, we're going to make you elite really fast. I was sleeping about 4 hours a night when I taught, because I knew how badly I wanted this. So my journey to elite was not an easy one. Okay? But I was very strategic. Okay? When you sign up, is there a time limit? I don't think so, Marilyn, but that would be more of a question to ask corporate. Okay? So when you say popular, that's an interesting word. I don't view myself as popular as much as I view myself as visible. I am very visible all the time. People see me live, people see my Facebook posts. I make myself very visible so that you don't forget about me, okay? So hopefully that makes a little more sense to you, Denise. It's all about hard work. You got a box just like I did, and you might not like to hear me say that to you, but it's the truth, okay? I got a box, you got a box. What you're doing with your box and what I'm doing with my box are two different things. My goals and your goals were very different, okay? So just, kind of keep that in your minds. Yes, only one person can sign, but she can put, Marilyn, you can add your husband to your account. So that's a question for corporate, okay? So at this point, I have a team of 388 people. Thank you, Sandy. Yeah, it's a lot of hard work. So I always say this, people see what they see on camera. You see what you see when you watch me live. You see what you see when you see me at convention. You don't see when I'm calling my friend Natalie, or I'm going out to Marty and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I'm ready to scream or cry. There have been moments in this where it's been really hard. Like, let's talk about this December piece. You asked me about December. So when you are somebody that sells at least in a minimum of 1,000 pieces a week, right? That has kind of been what happened for me pretty quickly because of hard work. Last December, I was doing live shows and I was selling only 100 pieces in a show. Now, if you watch me, you know that is a very small amount compared to what I normally do. So what I needed to do is I needed to I could have, and I tell my team this all the time. Yes, visibility is key, 1,000,000%. So my question to you would be, if you're not where you are with Paparazzi, go check your Facebook page and tell me how often you're live and how many times you're posting about this life-changing opportunity. Are you posting about your traveling? Are you going to EMP? Are you going to Vegas? Are you watching top leaders? If you're not doing those things, then that could be the beginning of the issue. Okay? Keeping it real. Hey, Jenny Lynn. Hi, Patty. No, they're not my personally sponsored. My personally sponsored, I have 103. Are they all active? They are not. People buy a kit and they drop off. It happens. But I've signed on personally 103 people. Yeah. So back in December, when my sales were really low for me, okay? This is all relative. This is my story, not yours. I had to sit with Marty. I called some friends. Hi, Vivian. And I realized that I needed to shift how I was doing my live sales. I was doing for a long time the peg boards. I would put things on a peg board and I would show one piece at a time, and I would show that one piece for a really, really long time and hope to sell it out. And I realized that quickly, and I knew this from teaching, society doesn't work like that. We live in a society, hi Mel, where we have this in our hand, right? Things are moving fast like this. And so I needed to revamp my live shows so they were like this, right? Kimberly, are you a consultant? Or are you the one that told me that you are single? I should have written this down. I apologize. I needed to revamp my live shows so that they met the needs of the society that we live in. I knew that from teaching. Okay. Hey, Stacy, I knew that from having a classroom of kids that didn't want to sit through. I wasn't going to stand there and lecture. I needed to use, oh my gosh, why am I having a smart board? I needed to get kids up and move. I needed to do those things. Our live shows for adults had to feel the same way. So to answer the question about December, I needed to rethink and revamp how I was doing things. Now I sell in sets. I don't use a pegboard. If you watch my show from last night, I'd show a set, then I would show something new, and then I would show a one and done. It was like this. It's fast paced and people love it. After you got your kit, when did you do your first live? The day I got it. I got the box and I opened the box live, and Anne can tell you I was opening up pieces live and just selling them. And I think I had some numbers. I don't know. There was nothing that felt professional about it at all. I just wanted to sell that jewelry and let people know what I was doing. Okay. Made the mistake of signing up in the wrong group. I'm 100% heartbroken in fact that I have to quit. Oh, Rana. Yeah, and that's a lot of what I'm saying today is that if you are doing this and you want this as a full-time business, you need to find a leader that makes sense to you, okay? Hi, Jill. Oh, okay. You're not. All right. So, Kimberly, your name is down. Oh, thanks, Nancy. So that December taught me that I could either, and I say this to my team, I could either lay on the ground and have a temper tantrum and say, oh my gosh, I'm not getting the sales and it's not working. I was in a little bit of a panic because now remember I'm doing it full time and I got to pay bills. Or I could think this through and figure it out. And that's what I teach my team. We figure it out. I can't figure it out for you. I could bounce ideas with you. I can't figure it out for you as a team leader because I'm not working your business. You are. I can give you ideas. We can talk. Okay. But you've got to figure out what works for you. Currently, I never said to hit my chest. I'm not sure what that even means. Is it lopes? I'm not sure what that means. On algorithms, Cassie, my thoughts on algorithm is that you have got to work that algorithm all the time. I just got my box and I've sold 5 pieces. I haven't gone live yet and I'm addicted already. Yes, Christina's on my team. Yeah. Cassie, my advice to you on algorithms would be to go onto YouTube and search algorithm. Patty Shevlin is a consultant and she's amazing. She did a video on algorithms back when algorithm kind of became a buzzword. And if you don't know what algorithm means, that is the kind of like the Facebook robot that tells Facebook and tells people's news feeds that you're important. So you want to watch that, Patty Shevlin. It's a great, very brief video, but it touches on a lot of important information. Yes, that's right. And Missy's on my team. You either lay on the ground in a temper tantrum or you figure it out. So talking, and I'm going to get to these other things, don't worry. I go live now 3 times a week. At minimum. My husband Marty also goes live. He has his own following on a Monday night. But I go live Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday night for 4 hours. I go live, my customers know my show will get cut off because Facebook's like, you've been on 4 hours, girl, you're done. And I go on in the afternoons when I have time. I'm also running a really amazing team, so I do have a lot of work around that. But I'm live at least 4 hours. People say, oh, well, I go live once a week. Okay, well, if Target was open once a week for an hour, would you shop there? Okay? I need to be in front of my customers. So when you're asking about viewers, Shevlin is Shevlin. Shevlin. Patty Shevlin. She did a video on algorithms. Look it up, girlfriend. It'll help you. It'll change your thoughts a bit. Okay? You know, you've got to think about yourself as a business, even as a new consultant, right? Like as a new consultant, I was like, I've got to get invoices out on time. I have to ship packages on time. Like I don't know what all of this means because I'm brand new, but, oh, you're welcome, Susan. But I've got to follow through on my word, right? And so that question of viewers from the beginning, I had viewers from the beginning, but it's because I was working like crazy even before my kit came to tell people about this new adventure that I was about to do. And then I was sending out my video in private messages, like I was building my audience. I didn't just, like people say, oh, that whole phrase, if you build it, they will come. Not if they don't know about it. If they don't know what you're doing, if people don't know what you're doing, they're not going to come and follow you. I mean, I'm just going to keep it real, and that might hurt your feelings, but it's true. If people don't know what you're doing, they're not going to follow you. If they build it, if you build it, they will come. That's baloney. Okay? They're not coming if they don't know, and they're not coming if they don't know how to get to you. That's your job. Okay? We talk about this algorithm and people rely on it all the time, but the bottom line is that's you relying on Facebook to do the work for you. What are you doing, right? If Target were open once, I say that all the time, okay? People also ask, like, you know, the beginning, the viewers from the beginning, I was working like crazy. I was posting about what I was doing. I was sending out private messages to people. I was live. I'd come home from work like beat down. Anne is here. Anne knows that class that I had that last year of teaching. I ended up loving them, but I was like doubting myself as a teacher that year. At the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the hardest class. Like, whew, behavior wise. Oh my gosh. But I would come home, get it together. Now I could go lay on the couch, but I'm not making money on my couch. So I came in here, you know, washed my face, grabbed a cup of coffee, put on some lipstick, and I would go live, even if it was for 20 minutes, almost every single day. Okay? So when you have a number with an item, do you keep it with the item till the end of the show? No, Deanne, I move fast. People have to buy my pieces in the moment. I do some review of pieces as I go through. Like if there's a piece that's like a featured piece, I might go back. But I always say during my shows, if you want it, you better grab it while I have it. Plus the other part is, Deanne, most of what I sell, not all, I'll use the word most, or a lot of what I sell sells out. So it was a tough class. So when you're saying, oh, well, you know, you have a lot of sales because you're elite. Okay, I had to build, toughest. It was definitely the toughest. Hey, Tabitha, what's up, girl? Toughest class in the building, okay? But I knew that if I came home and I worked my business, I was going to possibly have the success that I wanted. Does this make sense? Aw, thanks, Kathy. Those kids ran me hard. I mean, I had a crew that year, a crew that people were like, oh, you go, they're yours. And I had tears that year, but I was already in this thing. I started in July. So July, August, September, I was in it for 2 months already and already realized, because I was working full time in the summer, right? I was working paparazzi for 2 months before school started again, that I could either drop off from this thing or I could keep pushing myself. And I did, right? So you have to ask yourself, what do you want from this? Now, I'm not here to convince you to join paparazzi. That's not my job today. You already know if you want it. Kimberly's asking the right questions. Michelle's asking the right questions. You already know, and I say this all the time and it's true, if you're going to bed thinking about paparazzi, and even more so if you're going to bed thinking about Heidi Bound, if you're laying in bed and you're like, oh, that Heidi Bound, if I'm in your brain, in your bed, then you already know this company's for you. My job today, and I wanted to come on here, thank you, Barbara, I love you, you're such a sweetheart. My job today was for you to realize that if paparazzi is the company for you, I'm the leader for you, okay? I'm the leader for you. I cannot give you any incentives for joining my team today. I'm not allowed to do that. But what I can tell you is when you join my team, you're getting training, daily training into Facebook Messenger on how to build up your business from day one before your box even arrives. Okay, there are videos, there are PDFs, it is all there. You're also going to be getting me as your team leader with our secret team page that is full of trainings from the last 2 years. Trainings, crazy amounts of trainings. We have challenges, we have incentives. It is nonstop. I don't sign you on and then let you go float out on your own. Newbie here, when you buy, how do you choose what to purchase? My taste in jewelry. Amy, my answer to that on inventory is that I actually have an amazing training video on inventory. It is on YouTube. It's a whole video on, I break down, I do a training on, I get asked to do trainings on inventory a lot because of my sales, and it breaks it down for you. So Amy, my advice would be that I could give you just a little nibble of that information. If you go watch that video and grab a notebook, I think it's going to change your perspective. So go on YouTube and search Heidi Bound. I work in advocacy nonprofit that tries to help, so I know pretty much what you went through. It is, yes, Kathy, it is. So I was visible, like nonstop. And I'm also, I believe this too, like people will be like, well, what if my friends get mad that I keep posting about paparazzi? And what if my friends get mad that I tell them about my business? Well, what if your friends love it? And here's my thing. If my friends aren't going to support me in what I'm doing, then don't be my friend on Facebook, right? Because there's plenty of people out there that want you to be successful. If people don't want you to be successful, if people have an issue with what you're doing, that's on them. I'm going to go tell everybody I can about paparazzi. I'm going to go tell everybody because this is a gift. I am traveling more than I've ever traveled. I'm getting on an airplane again on Tuesday. I come back for a few days and I'm getting on an airplane again. Like Delta Sky Miles is part of my vocabulary. I didn't even know what that meant when I was teaching. I've been to DR for free. I'm going on a cruise in January. I've been to Vegas several times. We were in Palm Springs on a free trip with the elite consultants. Like, my life is forever different. If my friends don't want to hear about it, if my circle doesn't want to hear about it, then they're not the circle that I need around me. Bound, B-O-U-N-D, like bound and determined. Okay? Opens up that, yeah, right. And my friends are, they always, my friends list is always like, yeah, it's growing a lot. So, oh, thanks. The other part of this is, I love that, Whitney. Paparazzi is amazing as military. Yes. And Christina just joined my team. She's a military wife, and she was like, listen, I think I'm going to wait till we're back in the States. She didn't have to wait because she's military. She is so excited about this, and I can't wait until you get back into the States, Christina, because I'm waiting to see your business go, and she's already blowing it up, and girlfriend's like not even here. So this is all about what you want with it, right? And I say this all the time. I'm not convincing you to join Paparazzi. People are like, oh, well, I want to just get as many people as I want on my team. I want quality people with goals who are willing to work for them. It doesn't have to be my goal. What's your goal? Is it paying off a credit card? Is it to pay for your kids? You know, we're in football season now. Is your kid on the football team? Do they need a uniform? Do they need cleats? Do they need, is your kid, my niece is a cheerleader. That stuff is expensive, right? It doesn't have to be full time. Will it maybe turn into that for you? You never know, right? But here's the deal. I'm not convincing you that Paparazzi is the business for you. I can only give you my story. I can only give you the logistics, because I always say this and people laugh. And some of you already know what I'm about to say. This curvy girl loves a cheeseburger, but there is nobody that's going to convince me to buy a cheeseburger joint. You're not, okay? I love a good pair of shoes. I am not buying into a shoe business. That's not for me. I love cheeseburgers and shoes, and I will forever love them, okay? Nothing like a cheeseburger and a good pair of shoes. But I'm not going to buy that business no matter what you tell me. That's not for me. You already know if this is for you. It is $5 jewelry. Everyone can sell it. You can sell it live. You could sell it at the football games. You could take it to church. You could sell it to your family. You could do albums, right? You could do albums on Facebook. There are a million ways. Facebook Live is really fast money, okay, if you're working that correctly, but it's not the only way. Have you been able to leverage just your personal profile to be seen enough, if that makes sense? Corey, I actually used my personal profile from when I started, which was July 2017, until January of this year. I was on my personal profile. But while I was doing that, I was building my business page with constantly putting up albums, right? So I had both of those going on at the same time. The only reason, honestly, that I started going live on my business page, and it scared me to death. It terrified me. I went live on my business page because I started using ManyChat. So as you know, people that shop with me, you get messages through Facebook Messenger. Google ManyChat. I'm not a ManyChat expert. I'm not going to train you on ManyChat here. You could certainly, I have an expert that I work with. She does come at a price, and I get no kickback from her except she helps my business. If you want information on that as a consultant, you can privately message me and I can get you hooked up with her. She's a game changer. But I moved to my business page because you can only use ManyChat with a business page. And my numbers, my viewers went down when I first started doing it. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And the gal that I work with, Michelle, she was like, just trust this. You got to trust this. Trust me, trust this. It's going to happen. And she was right. Okay. You are a wonderful person. I love watching you. I'm on a different team, but I still take what you say to heart. Absolutely, because Tasha, we are here to support one another. We are here to lift each other up. Thank you for saying that. It means a lot. What's the difference between a personal page and a public group? So a business page is where you run a business. A group is a group. A group is like, oh, hey, I like Pomeranians. I'm in the Pomeranian group. People have VIP groups. I don't believe in them. Some of you right now might have just gotten that sick feeling in your stomach. You are not running a jewelry group. You are running a jewelry business. And now some people are like, oh, but I have a VIP group. That's fine. If it works for you, I don't train my team in VIP groups. I train my team in how to have a business that is public on a business page where anyone can shop. If Target, we'll use Target again, if Target had a group and I had to join it to be able to shop, I would not shop Target. Target has a business page. I'll go shop Target's business page. And you can fill in the blank with Target with any other business. I don't care what it is. Okay. So let's talk, and I'll answer some of these other questions then. Let's talk the logistics. The woman that signed on me. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Mary, but I'm glad that you love watching. Thanks, Crystal. And take a minute right now, and spread the love on this one. Or we say on my show, rock the live. Rock the live. Tell people that we're here. You know somebody that needs this video. Okay, so please take a minute, rock the live, tell your friends. If you're a consultant, I get it, while you're not, right? But if you are, if you're a customer or if you know somebody, let me know. What would you suggest if you have a team member that won't use Facebook or Messenger? There's also comes a point, Susan, where there's only so much you could do, right? Everyone's in charge of their own business. So if you as a leader have made those suggestions to someone and you've told them why it would work, you know, there are people on my team, I give them suggestions. I can't force them. You know, that old phrase of you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Same thing, right? So if you've been telling that person, oh, I never had a VIP group. I never believed in it from the beginning. If you have that person on your team that won't do those things, then that's on them. And at that point, you have to focus your energy elsewhere. And I know that might sound a little bit harsh, but it's true, right? If I have people on my team and I keep saying, go live, go live, go live, or go do this or go do that, and they're choosing not to, I've got to focus my energy somewhere else. Okay? Because there's only so much you could do. You're trying to lead, you're not running their business for them. So I hope that helps clarify. So let's talk about the logistics. Anne, are you still here? Anne, I'm going to ask you as my sponsor to do me a favor. I'm going to talk logistics about joining Paparazzi right now, and then we can get into some more questions. I'm here for you. We've been on for an hour. Hopefully you're getting lots of information, and I'm so happy about that. And I love being here. It's Saturday afternoon. It's sunny. It's like, let's do it. I want to talk logistics right now about prices and answer business-related questions, okay? And then I'll get to some of these Q&A things from current consultants, or those of you that have questions, pop them up. So many people go through that, but at the end of the day, the business is ours. Yes. Right. People say that all the time. Trent Kirby, our founder, says, I don't have a sponsor. I had to figure it out. Right? All right. So you do it on your page. You're trying to build your business. And Renee, I have a whole training on the team page. You just go in the team page and search hostesses, and there's an entire training on it. Yeah, girl, you're on my team. So go check out that training. It's a big thought. It's a long, good, it's one of the most popular videos Ty and Debbie had up, and you got to go check it out. I don't have a time. You came back. All right, Kimberly, I got your name written down. We're going to talk about joining my team. Okay, so I'm going to ask Anne if you could drop my link, and if you could also, Anne, drop the link for my page on the current promotion. So if you want to grab a piece of paper, just search hostesses, Renee, on the team page, honey. Go on to the Gotham gang and search hostesses, and there's a whole training on it. My hair is much longer, and I'm in a little black and white dress. You'll see it. There are 3 starter kits, okay? You can actually be a part of my team for as little as $99. I know that sounds crazy to buy a business for $99, but it's true. You can join for $99, $299, or $499. Now, Anne's going to drop my link. You can go and look at this link to see what is in the kit specifically. Hi, Linda. Will there be a replay? Yeah, this will stay up. This will stay up. It's okay, Renee, girl. I told you, got to go search those things, girlfriend. All the answers, they are on that team page, honey. I've got them all there for you. No reason to give me a sad face. All right. So, organized. We could talk about that. So, Anne's going to drop my link. Anne, if you're still here, let me know. And if Ann doesn't drop it, if I could have somebody from my team drop the link, that would be amazing. Otherwise, I'll grab my wireless keyboard. So if you go to my page, you click on opportunities, then you will see all the things that are in the 3 different kits. Okay, they're in the 3 different kits. You can join for as little as $99. You're welcome, Sherry. And see, Renee's asking those questions about the training. There's so much training on my team page. It's kind of insane. Like, you have a topic, you go search it, and you're gonna find it. So let me see. I'm not seeing Anne, so let me pop my link up here. Just give me a second. Oh, there. Thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie, can you put the link up of the new promotion too? I'd appreciate that. Okay. So right now, you're welcome, Michelle. Oh, you're awesome. Thanks, Jen. I appreciate it. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Stephanie. Michelle, I'm going to be in touch with you. I wrote your name down, okay? Right now, there is a promotion, Fall into Freedom. It's called, and the big reason of that is that Paparazzi provides you not only financial freedom, but freedom as far as travel. Are you ever allowed to bump your kit up? No, honey, you got to buy new releases. Once you buy the kit, you only get the kit once. Now you got to be buying the back office inventory. So in that $99 kit, there's usually 30 pieces. Now they're adding in an extra 5 exclusive pieces. Okay, an extra 5 exclusive pieces that even I can't get. All right, in that $99 kit. So the second you get that kit with those 35 pieces, you spent $99. And forget the fact that it's packed with business. Lots of there's like a whole 4 books on how to run your business. There's, you know, the jewelry bus, all of those things. But the second you get that kit with those 35 pieces, you've spent $99. You're making back $175, so you can reinvest that in your business. And I have training on how to reinvest and how to buy inventory. So immediately upon getting that kit, you are starting to make a profit. The second you join, you have access to what's called the back office, which means that you can immediately start, buying pieces to add to your inventory. How do you lead a teammate selling more than you? I think at that point, Louise, it's also about bouncing ideas off of each other. So, you know, I have my upline, and Ty and Debbie recruit like crazy. So I go to them about recruiting and getting new team members, and they come to me about selling, right? So you find out who has strengths in what, and at that point you begin to bounce ideas. So the best $99 went to Deborah. Can you pick your own pieces? So Linda, thanks, Anne. Linda, I'm writing your name down, Linda, because you're asking a really smart question. Let me go through these kits and then I'll answer that. So $299 kit has 120 pieces in it, and right now they're adding an extra 10. Okay, the biggest kit, the $499, which is what I got, there's 200 pieces in there typically. So do the math. 200 times 5 is $1,000. You're only dropping 500 on it, so you're already making a profit, right? Which I immediately think you should reinvest, but again, training on that. In that $499 kit, there is a free registration to our next convention. They'll be announcing the location and the dates of that around the holidays. But that's a $200 value right there. So you're getting all that jewelry to make a profit, plus the registration, the $200 to get into wherever our next convention is, which has been in Vegas the last few years. So if you go to that page that Anne Russell Pennyfeather just dropped, you click that, or you cut and paste it, put it in your browser, and that's going to take you right to the page. And if you scroll down a bit, you'll see the 3 starter kits. Joining Paparazzi is super easy. You pick me, Heidi Bound, as your sponsor. You pick which of those 3 kits that you want, and then you pay. You immediately get access to me, the team, the training. You immediately get access to being able to buy other inventory, which goes back to Linda. Who asked that question? Linda, yeah. So goes to Linda's question. The starter kit, there's 1 of each piece. So if you buy the $99 kit, you're getting 35 different pieces. Some of them are so exclusive that I can't even get my hands on them. Those pieces are put together by the stylist at Paparazzi. Cassidy Beams is the lead stylist at Paparazzi, and with Misty Kirby, one of our founders, and their team, they put pieces in there that are a good little buffet of bling, so that as you're selling, you could see what people love. You can get an idea for what your customers like early on. As soon as you join my team, you have access to purchasing pieces in the back office just like I do. Okay, so it's at that point that you can go in and buy from the inventory that's available. We get brand new inventory Monday through Friday, and those pieces sell out sometimes like that. Okay, I train you in how to shop so that you don't miss the pieces. Okay, so if you do what I tell you, you should have pretty good success. The starter kits, you buy it only one time, and then after that you buy from your own back office to build up your own inventory. And again, I do train on that. Okay, so hopefully that answered your question. The buffet, yeah, it's a buffet of bling, right? You sell it, and in that inventory training, which is on Facebook, so if you go to on YouTube, if you go to my YouTube channel, Heidi Bound, you'll see there's a video on how to buy inventory from starter kit to like my level of sales. I'm about 3 weeks in and doing quite well. However, I am currently putting all my money back in my business. So I'm dependent on my sales and customers paying promptly in order to purchase more jewelry. How did you manage purchasing more inventory in the beginning while trying to use your profits only? Right now, I'm only ordering about one suite, but my orders are over $100. Are all sets put together by geographical? I'm not really sure what you mean, Maureen. You mean based on like where people live? No, all the starter kits are the same. The fall starter kit is the $99 kit is the same no matter who gets it. So Amber, I was really, really fortunate. As I said at the beginning of the video, I was teaching full time when I started Paparazzi. So I actually did not make a profit my entire first year. Could I have made a profit? Yes. But because I had been teaching for 23 years, I was near the top of the pay scale, which wasn't very much money. Let's just keep it real. And so I was used to paying bills and living on my teaching salary. So the money that I was making with Paparazzi, I turned it all back into inventory. All of it. Because I thought the only way I'm going to sell this stuff is if I have it, right? With Life of the Party, is it like Fashion Fix? Do they send you pictures of the pieces before they come out? No, we get a box, Charlotte. As Pink Diamond, I get a surprise box at the beginning of each month. Yeah. So, yeah, Christina, make sure you watch that inventory training, okay? Oh, Joanna, that's not good. You might want to check on a different Wi-Fi if you can. So, yeah, I was literally putting all of my money back into my business. And that's a situation for me that not everyone is in. But if you're working a full-time job and starting your paparazzi business, that is my suggestion. Like, I wasn't making paparazzi money my first year. Did I treat myself to some things with some milestones? Yes. The night before the Heidi went on the website, I bought my very first Louis Vuitton bag. That I have never been in that store in my entire life. But I treated myself to that because this was hard work, right? But I was reinvesting, so I always had plenty of jewelry to sell. Does that make sense? You were using Wi-Fi. Gotcha. You might want to make some calls to your Wi-Fi, girl. So the profit, stocking up inventory, yeah. The profit on this is 45%. So here's the deal. I buy pieces at $2.75 a piece. I resell them, hi Lisa, for $5. So on every piece of jewelry that I sell, I'm making $2.25. Now, most people are going, that's it? You only make $2.25 and you're doing this full time? Are you out of your mind? Take $2. Oh, right, Jen, I should share that one. Yeah. Take $2.25 and multiply that. I sold 600 pieces in the last 2 days. Do the math. Drop it in the comments. 600 times $2.25. That's the profit. Now I'm making profit. Now I'm paying myself, paying off bills. We're looking for a new apartment. Right now I'm making paparazzi money. okay? Because I've worked my tail off to get there. So take 600 pieces in 2 nights and multiply by $2.25, and you tell me if you're making that in 2 days at your job, because I wasn't as a teacher. No way, okay? Yeah, and Amber, I would actually tell you that you should be ordering more often than once a week. Go watch my video, girl, on how to buy inventory. If you cannot do that to reinvest, what's your suggestion for the scenario? Same thing. Watch that training on inventory. I teach you how to reinvest, and basically the equation is simple. If you sell 100 pieces this week, then next week buy 100 pieces. Then all you're doing is reinvesting and putting the profit in your bank account. Okay? So if I sell 100 pieces this week, then next week I'm buying 100. Does that make sense? So all I'm doing is reinvesting the $275 per piece back into my business. The $225 is now going into my bank account. So, but you got to watch that training, Renee. Please watch that training. Yes, Matthew, and I agree. Shipping costs. When I first started, I was charging shipping. I think I was doing like a flat $4 or $3, I think. Now I do buy 5, get free shipping, because I'm financially at a point where I can offer that to my customers. Yes, so $1,350 profit in 2 days, okay? I noticed that most of the customers make pre-claims on the new releases album. Then how or what else is there to show on lives? Or how do you plan posting pre-claims? Ariel, so somebody asked me also about like the system after the sale, so I'll talk a little bit about that. When I first started, I wasn't putting all those albums on Facebook, because I was trying to build inventory for my lives, because the only way I was going to build up my live sales and build up my presence on Facebook is if you saw my face. So to see my face, I had to be live, right? So I wasn't posting albums when I first started, okay? Now, my system is this. I order every single day as soon, and you can go look at this. I'm an open book. Go look at Gotham City Bling, look at the posts. When I order new pieces, I put most of them in a pre-order album. I save some little hot ones for my live shows, because people want to come to my live shows and check those out. Right now, all of my pre-orders are listed because I'm going to Vegas next week and I want to be able to come back and have those things claimed. And so what I do is when those new pieces come in, whoever claimed them, I put their name on them and they go all into one big bin. And then whatever's left, so if I had 20 of something and I have 9 left, those 9 go next to me here in a box, and those get shown in a live show. If they sell out, great. If they don't sell out, they go into my inventory and they become a part of a set moving forward into the future. Okay, so there is a system for it. When I'm finished with a live sale, everything is in one bin. I don't put things into little baskets. That doesn't work for me. It works for some people, but it doesn't work for me. And every Wednesday, my husband Marty, who's completely involved in the business, he sorts out all the pieces into the pink packages. We invoice on Thursdays, and we have someone that picks up all of our packages to mail every Monday. The biggest thing is that you get those systems in place and you put your business policies in place. My business policies are on the forefront of my homepage, so people know when I invoice, people know when I ship, people know what to expect from me. If you order a pre-order, it gets pulled and invoiced as it comes in, not as you pre-order it. Does that make sense? So those things have to be in place. Yes, Leslie. Sell 15, buy 25. Yes, Tim. Yep. The training, Lisa, is on my YouTube, and anything on my YouTube is public. Yes, Davina, yes. Sean, I went over how to get people watching, so you might want to watch this from the beginning. It's all about visibility and doing that attraction marketing. Are you posting on Facebook about your business and how it's changed your life? And I was live almost every single day. Joanna, you post that. Read what the message says, honey, and it'll tell you. Do you have to pay Utah state tax per piece you buy? No, I pay New York state tax. Okay, so that's why I charge $5.44 a piece. I pay $2.75 for a piece of jewelry plus 44 cents. So Paparazzi does us a huge favor, and they charge us sales tax for our state on the actual price of the piece, because Paparazzi reports that sales tax to our state for us, so I don't have to deal with that. Okay, so that's why I charge $5.44, because I can get that 44 cents back. I'm sure I try not to pay the... Oh, I never pay the shipping, Amber. And listen, we're going into the holiday season here. If your orders are not at least 40 pieces, you need to reevaluate what you're doing in your business. I tell my team that your order should be at least 40 pieces, because 37 pieces gives you free shipping. You should not be paying shipping. That's eating your profits. It's not good business. Add up how many times a month you pay shipping and think of how many pieces you could have purchased. 37 pieces gives you 3 hostess rewards. 40 pieces gives you 4. So 40 pieces gives you the most bang for your buck. Free shipping and 4 free pieces because Paparazzi gives you 1 free piece of their choice. They throw it in your package for every 10 that you buy. Me, because of my sales, I get double that. So for every 10 that I buy, I get 2. Okay? So pre-orders, I put those on my page in an album, and then people just write sold, and when they come in, I pull them for those people, and then I invoice every Thursday. So as those pieces come in, they end up on that next invoice. What does 50 pieces cost? So you have to do the math, girl. For whatever, I don't know what your state tax is, so whatever you're paying per piece. Yeah. So it's 40 pieces gives you free shipping. Okay, because the tax doesn't count in the shipping. All right. Hey, Rosa. So whatever and you can play around with it, Renee. Like I would go into your back office and play around, like do some practice orders so you know. Okay. Thanks, Renee. I mean, as far as signing up, it's really that simple. There's no resume. You don't have to sit and do an interview with me. If I seem like the team leader for you, I'm very direct. I push my team to be successful and reach whatever goals they have that make sense for them. 5. For every 10, you get a free piece. So 50 pieces gives you 5. And so if I seem like the leader for you, signing up is easy. And Anne, if I could bug you again and drop my link, or Jen or Stephanie, whomever. Anne read my mind. Thanks. Yeah, you get 1 freebie for every 10. Renee, I would go in and practice. Like play around, you don't have to submit your cart, but play around so that you get a feel for how to use the back office. Yeah, that's me too. That way when it's go time Monday through Friday, like you're not trying to figure out how to use the back office. You already know. Okay. Hey, Court. So I answered the system after the sale, how I got viewers. I told you that I use ManyChat. If you don't know what that is, go Google it. I'm not training you in ManyChat. If you want to know who my person is that I use, you can send me a private message, and I'll definitely get you hooked up there. My day-to-day work, that's a really good question, and I hope the person that asked that, if you're still here, just write the word work so I know. My day-to-day depends on the day. I work my business every single day. I work my business even when I'm out. I live in New York City. Even when I'm out in the city, I'm constantly thinking about how to work my business. Because, that was you, Hannah. Okay, good. Because I feel like my day-to-day, I think one person asked that. I guess it doesn't really matter. But day-to-day, this is not just about selling jewelry for me. This is a gift. I am not Maritza. Not yet. Not yet. I will be. I just said that to Marty yesterday. I'm like, that's going to be the next thing. We're going to be a 6-figure bling boss. I need more people on my team that are hard workers, and let's go. Let's go. You want this? Let's do it. Like, take a risk. Try it out. What if this? What if I don't succeed? What if my kids? What if you change your life? That's what this is about, right? Get out of your head. Get out of your own way. So do I work my business every day? Yes. If I am out in the city, I am seeing millions of people in New York. I am crazy to not take a bag of jewelry and hand it out to as many people as I possibly can. You bet every waitress, every bus boy, every person that does my nails, you name it, people are getting jewelry from me. Do I ever hear from them again? I don't know. I don't know. That's not the goal. The goal is for people all over the United States to know about paparazzi. What is paparazzi? Think of some of those other multi-level marketing. You know the name. They're household names. You know them. Paparazzi needs to become that. The worst thing. Yes, Courtney. Oh, and Jen, I want to tell that laptop story. Laptop. That's a classic story. Yes. So I work my business. When we're out in the city, I'm wearing my jewelry. I'm a product of the product. I'm getting my picture taken. Marty's taking my picture in cute places. I'm posting them. Okay. Do I have to be out in the city selling jewelry all the time? I could. Or I could be talking to people and I could be posting it on my Facebook page. Does that make sense? Dorothy, taxes are filed. They are filed, and I don't get into any tax training. On my team page, I have a tax attorney who came in and trained our team. So when you join my team, Dorothy, are you thinking about joining my team? There's training there. And for the first time this year, I did my taxes all by myself, and I am not good at that kind of stuff. So I did it on TurboTax and rocked it out. And there's advantages to having a home business, but I do not train in, it's a 1099, 1060, I don't know. They give me I get the papers and I do it. That's not my strength, but I do bring people into the team and I help you with that. So I don't want to mislead anybody on that. A walking billboard. Yes, absolutely. And I give it out to everybody. Now, we invoice on Thursdays. Thursday, we invoice, right? And I know that that's what my day has to be on Thursdays. Monday, we need to get our shipping out. So sometime between Friday, when invoices are due, and Monday, like tonight, I'm going to be working on shipping. I have to do it. That is part of my business, and it's my customers deserve that consistency from me, right? My day-to-day on different days, you're heading out? All right, I love you. When are you going to be home? 11. Okay, I'll see you later. I love you. 10.99, thank you. They're not my strength. Are you thinking about joining my team, Dorothy? Write your name down, Dorothy. Yeah, I have a tax attorney that's a good friend of mine and also a consultant, and she did training on different parts of filing for taxes. It was really beneficial. So my day-to-day depends on the day. Okay, now today's actually could potentially be kind of chill for me, but I'm doing this with you, and then tonight I'm going to work on shipping because tomorrow I need to get my hair done and I'm live tomorrow night. Like, I still live my life, but paparazzi is figured into my existence on a daily basis. I'm constantly talking to my team. I'm very accessible, especially to those people that sign up with me directly. I'm accessible to my whole team, but my personally sponsored gets my attention very quickly. I had somebody recently who was like, if you're really busy, you don't have to answer this. I won't call you out unless you want to say who you are, but if you're really busy, you don't have to answer this message. I said, I answer your messages even when I'm busy, because that's what this is about. If you have trusted me to be your team leader, then I owe that to you. Okay. How do I stay organized? I run my business with the volume that I sell, pink diamond volume that I sell, out of a bedroom in New York City. We have a 2-bedroom apartment. That'll change someday. We have a big goal. But one of the bedrooms is my business. It's 10 by 12 feet. Okay. Everything is organized into IKEA bins. It's written above what's in the bin. It's all there. It's in Ziploc baggies. If you follow me, you know that Ziploc and I are friends. But I am constantly putting jewelry away. You know, when new things come in, I pull the pre-orders, and then it goes into a live sale. And then after, like last night, I had a big sale. I have some jewelry here next to me that is still available. I need to go put that away. So I'm constantly putting things away. People use pegboards. It didn't work for me. I don't want to see jewelry all out in front of me. I need it to be like clean and organized and visually for me. What do you need to bring in a tax person into the business? I'm not sure what that means, Ariella. I don't really understand your question. So if you can ask it a different way, what do you need to bring in a tax person? I don't know what you mean. So if you could help me out and ask that differently, I'd appreciate it. So it's kind of that. I mean, this is it. Like the big story that Jen had mentioned. It's kind of an oldie but a goodie. Let me get a sip of my coffee. Hold on. Early on, it was probably August, September, October, November, December, January. It was probably right around Christmas, a few months in to the business, that my laptop was dying. I had the MacBook for about, I probably had that one about 7 years. And you know, those things have a life timeline, right? Life expectancy. And I didn't want to invest because, I mean, let's keep it real. These babies are not cheap, but I needed it. A, because I was still teaching and doing lesson plans and all those things. And B, I was now running my own business. I needed a new laptop that was not going to just keep croaking on me. So I realized that the time had come when it couldn't hold a charge, and I was like, all right. So I went into the Apple store on the Upper West Side here in New York, and I went over to she is like the bougie laptop. Before, I would just buy the laptop I could afford just because that's what worked. She has like the little slide screen. I mean, she is some fanciness, okay? And I went in there to the top of the line laptop, and at first I was like, whoa, that was weird. And I handed the Apple gal a debit card. Not a credit card for a big expense, a debit card. And in that moment, I realized, like, whoa, financially things have changed. To drop, I don't know, $2,000 on a laptop was like, I was only making $5,000 a month as a teacher. That was my bring home. And our rent is half of that. We live in Manhattan. And I really knew things were different when she said, your card is declined. And I said, there is no way that card is declined. I have plenty of money in there. She's like, no, ma'am, it's declined. I said, run it again. You know if that's ever happened. You're like, it must be the machine. Run it again. So she ran it again, and she's like, no, it's declined. So she's like, call your card company. So I called the bank, and they were like, we have this fraudulent purchase on your debit card. And I'm like, fraudulent purchase? They're like, yeah, someone's trying to use your card in the Apple store. I'm like, that's me. I'm trying to buy a laptop. And she was like, the gal on the phone was like, oh, you've never had a purchase that big before. We thought for sure your card was stolen. Yeah, no, it wasn't. As a matter of fact, the card got cleared. I left with the MacBook, and it was in that, right after that I sat with my husband. I sat with Marty at a little restaurant right by the Apple store, and he said, life has changed and you're going to do this full time. We're doing this. Let's go. Like, this is it. And that MacBook moment, Trent Kirby asked me recently, when did you decide that you were all in? And I said, oh, is it the moment at the laptop? And he's like, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. That was a pivotal moment where you realized things changed. When did you realize that you were all in with Paparazzi? And I talked about that at the beginning, and that was when I realized that the amount of work that I put in equals the reward, whether it's financially, friendship. I mean, I'm surrounded by the most amazing people who lift me up constantly. I'm in touch with the founders. I'm in touch with corporate. Like, life has changed for this little school teacher who used to get, cursed at on a regular basis. And I'd wake up in the morning at 5:30 and not be sure if I was able to do it that day, to where I am now. So when people say, oh, well, it's because you're elite. Listen, this has been a journey. This has been one heck of a journey, and it is only onward and upward from here. Like, I don't know where this is going to take me. What I know right now is that I want to change your life. I keep it real. I tell you how to do this. If you choose to do it, that's great. If you want to put your own spin on it, that's great too. I'm there to talk about that with you and support you in that. Am I going to give you tough love on my team? My team is here. They know. because I don't want to hear, I wish I could do this, but I can't because of my kids. Your kids, you can't blame your kids if you're not successful. That's not fair to your kids. I can't do this because of my job. Really, you're going to give your job that much power? If you love your job, that's great. If you don't, let's like rethink it, right? So this can be whatever you want it to be. And I've been talking to you for a long time. If you have questions, specifically questions about the business, please feel free to ask me. That moment with the laptop told me that I deserved the best. The best. And that moment with the laptop told me that this company, if I worked hard, would provide me with the best. I travel now to the best locations and hotels. I eat the best food. I'm buying the best shoes. I know that sounds all materialistic, but the other part is I'm spending time with the best people who absolutely adore me as much as I adore them, right? The jewelry part is fun. It's awesome. Like, look how stylish I could be. This is my necklace for 25 bucks and $5 earrings. And these are bracelets we got at convention, right? And these are the Z bracelets. Like, let's just keep it real. And no, I can't sell them, but okay. Look how good. So I can look like $1 million on an amazing budget. This company has brought me more than I ever imagined when I was bugging Ann that day in July of 2017, asking her a million questions. My sponsor, $15 cheeseburgers. There you go, girl. Staying organized during my live. I talked about staying organized in my Bling room, Sherry. I didn't know you meant specifically during my live. During my live, this is it, girl. You want to see my organization? This is my box. I keep a box here of the new releases. I pull them for pre-orders. Whatever's left from the pre-order goes in a baggie here in the box. Bam. That's as organized as I am. Nothing fancy. Behind me, in big Ziplocs, I keep, this is Fashion Fix, I keep baggies of sets behind me, and I'm constantly, like today, I have some time, I'll be putting sets together with like new inventory and things that I've had and making sets for people. So when I show them during my show, I'm also teaching people how to style the jewelry instead of just buying individual pieces. I do a lot with sets, and you're more than welcome. I know, Sherry, you've watched me, watch my shows. Yeah, it's a box. Those are the new things, right? And if it doesn't sell out, then it goes into my inventory. They're all like, I'll show you, they're all IKEA bins. It's nothing fancy over there. You can see my shipping stuff there. Okay, it all goes in there, and you can see the black writing above them. Marty wrote like what's in each bin. And then things that don't sell out right away, I put them in inventory, and then when I have some time like today, I'm going to put some sets together. So I'm able to go live at any time because I have jewelry around me at all times ready to go. Ready to go. I'm not setting up for a show an hour before and going, oh my gosh, I have to set up for a show I'm never going to get. No, it's always here. I can turn on the camera at any time and go live. Okay, so any other questions? Give me lots and lots and lots and lots of hearts. Lots of hearts if you want to see the pink diamond crown. I saved it for the end for those of you who are here. Yes. When you start out, which box do you need to buy? Penny, I'm guessing you want to join my team, Penny. I'm writing your name down, girl. Penny, you buy whichever kit suits your goals. Okay? You don't need to buy. You need to decide which works for you. So there are 3 kits, $99, $299, and $499. Okay? You have to pick which kit works for you. I bought the biggest kit because I didn't even know what I was getting myself into, right? Some people buy the $99 kit, and then because immediately upon joining Penny, you immediately have access to buying all the other inventory, and you can buy multiples of it. So the second you join, you get a link to what's called your back office, and I train in that and what it means. So some people buy the $99 kit just to get their foot in the door of the company and then have access to buying pieces for $275. You could do that. The biggest kit also has the convention, the free registration in there, which is a $200 value on its own. So Anne is going to drop my link again. Love you, Anne. Anne's going to drop my link again. And if you go there, Penny, you can see the 3 different kits. And can you also drop the link for the promotion for this month from my page, on the promotions page that fall into freedom, so people can see the additional pieces for this month only. I do separate my jewelry by color, Janine. Yeah. So that top row over there is all earrings. I'll flip it around. It's all earrings, right? And like there's a bin there of just silver earrings and white earrings, and the particular style is in a small, like a sandwich Ziploc, and then all of the white earrings are together in a bigger Ziploc. Then when I go shop my inventory, I know where everything is. I do not do vendor shows, Karen. Nope, I don't do vendor shows, but plenty of people on my team do vendor shows, so I have plenty of training on my team page on vendor shows. How long does it really take to make a little money? Sherry, the second you start selling, girl. I made a profit the first day I had my kit because I opened it up and I went live immediately. I wasn't all prepared and all fancy. I opened the box and did it. Like opened the box and went for it. Now, you start making that money, you have to decide if you're going to reinvest that into your business or if you're going to start, you know, some people right away, like they're like, oh my gosh, thank goodness I could pay my cell phone bill. Like if that's where you're at, then pay the cell phone bill, right? But if you're able to reinvest, then reinvest. But it was the second I opened my box. And is that the case for everybody? No, that's my story. But a lot of people, if you're determined and you're focused and you're strategic, you can start making money like this, girl. Emily, you got this, girl. What happens at the convention? Ooh, what happens at the convention? What happens at the convention? If you were at convention, can you drop some little nuggets about convention in the comments for Linda? Some of my team is here and those people have been to convention. If you're a consultant, you're not on my team and you've been to convention, what happens? What is your like top 2 things that you loved about convention? It's like a big celebration. There's training and oh my gosh, it's amazing. Yes, Selena, I talked about that already. I do use ManyChat. Yep. I do not keep a log. Here's the thing. My thought process is this. There is absolutely no reason for me to keep a log of what pieces I have. For what? My goal is to get them in here and get them sold really fast. I don't need to have it all written down. If somebody says, do you have this pair of black earrings? I'm going to say, send me a picture, and then I'm going to go look to see if I have them. Okay? But for what? I mean, I'm just being real. Is it Davanisha? Like, just keeping it real. For what is the purpose of having your inventory on your computer? I mean, if you have a reason for it, great. I've never, and there's no reason for me to have it. I have customers that get on and view but never comment, or that get on and view but they never comment or buy. What do you do? My advice with that, Beth, is that you need to be doing more work before your show. Oh, you're welcome, honey. More work before your show. So if you noticed before this event today, there were some questions on my page, right? So one of the questions was, where do you live? Another question was, post a picture of you wearing your paparazzi jewelry. It's creating interest and reminding people that I was going to be on today at 2 o'clock. Does that make sense? So if people are not commenting, the question is, what are you doing before the show to build interest? And at my team, I provide them with social media challenges. So they have graphics that they can post to get people talking before they're even live. And those are perks of being on my team. You get those. But you could even go on Pinterest and search Facebook, like Facebook interactive posts, and start posting things to get people talking. When people come on to your show, Beth, do you watch me? Because I do things to get people talking on my show. You could say, like, what's your favorite color, and have everybody comment, and then pick one person and give away a free piece of jewelry. Like, giveaways are key when you're starting out. Seeing the new jewelry. Jen said private concerts and fashion shows, meeting the founders, the training. You're welcome, Leslie. I notice when you say a person's name. Yes. Are you acknowledging your customers when they come in? Are you, Beth, are you going to their Facebook page and commenting? Like when I first started and I was trying to build a following, I was on Facebook, like literally, I felt like it was 24 hours a day. I was commenting on people's posts. I was like, oh my gosh, your daughter looks great going to homecoming, or congratulations on the new baby. I was doing all of those things because I authentically cared what was going on. Now I don't have as much time. I wish I did. But it was also getting people interested in what I was doing as well. So those things are super important, right? So I have Yeah, so it has to be a constant thing, Beth. Like that, getting people to talk is on you. And you could do it as a giveaway. Like even one of the things that I did early on that was fun, people loved it, is when new boxes of jewelry would come, I called it the how heavy is the haul giveaway. And so I would have people guess how heavy the boxes were, and whoever was the closest without going over won like 5 free pieces, right? So it was just ways to generate interest, and people would want to come see what I was up to. The trainings are great. Yes, Stacy, I love that. Do you sell on Instagram? I do not. I do have an Instagram account. Gotham City Bling is my account. I don't use it enough. It's one of those social media platforms that I kind of forget that I have. So you have to build a foundation. Yes, I feel like you're piggybacking that, Janine, off of another question, because you know the comments are so delayed. You have to build a foundation. Yes. Yes. I mean, I was working like crazy at the beginning, not just selling jewelry, but building up a following. Like hitting elite did not happen by accident. It didn't happen by accident. Inspirational speakers, just a feeling of all the paparazzi family. Yes, yes, Tasha, I love that. I visited the live shows just out of curiosity. And the more that you are present, the more you're on Facebook, the more you're going live, the more you're working that algorithm. Again, look up Patty Shevlin, Shevlin. She has a YouTube video on algorithms. The more you are working that algorithm, the more visible Facebook is going to make you. Okay, so Facebook thinks that I am pretty darn important. So when I go live, I get brand new customers, 10, 12, 15 new customers every single show. Do they all buy? Not always at first, and that's okay. But Facebook thinks I am really important. So what Facebook does is they put my live videos onto the news feeds of everybody that's ever been interested in jewelry and probably shopping. Okay. I also recently started investing in running ads. So you could also run ads, but you must be strategic. Again, I have somebody that I work with who is an expert in those areas. So I don't just try to make it up. If I'm going to run an ad, I'm going to run it with someone who knows how to do it strategically so that I get the most bang for my buck, and I'm reaching not only new customers, but my ads are reaching those customers that maybe haven't shopped in a year. Because if you have people that don't shop for a little while, maybe, you know, they've taken a break from buying jewelry, maybe their husband got mad because he was seeing all those pink envelopes, right? If you don't have people, I forget the exact amount of time. I want to say it's as little as 2 weeks, but I could just be making that up. But if people haven't been to your live show it's a really small window, you don't show up on their news feed anymore. Okay, so it's super important to be visible and be in touch with your customers. I watched 3 to 4 times before I even bought anything. I wanted to get a feel for Heidi, and if she was someone I wanted to work with. And now Christina's on my team. Yep. It's not just luck. It's very thought out, and adjustments are constantly made. Marty is my husband. Yes, it's constantly thinking this through. Feel free to ask questions. You got me here. I'm here. Here I am in my Gotham Gang t-shirt with my coffee and my paper. And I answered all the questions. And I do have a list of some people that I can tell by the things you're asking that you are interested. So Linda, did that answer your question about convention? It's like, it's almost like when you go to a family reunion and you get all those great people together and you're sharing stories and memories. Convention is like a big paparazzi family reunion. You're getting to meet like brand new consultants. You're getting to meet those people that maybe, you know, you really look up to. I had a whole lot of selfies taken that week. So Vegas is also tons of training. You see new products. You get to meet the founders. Like, we get treated like royalty. Just the swag alone that we brought home from Vegas. Stop it. And do you know where I'm going on Tuesday? Because of my level of sales, I'm going to Vegas on an all expense paid trip. We're staying in the Venetian. All the food is paid for. My airfare is paid for. I get my own like posh bougie room. I get $4,000 to spend while I'm there. I could either shop in the mall, or I've been hearing that we could shop online. And if that's the case, we're getting new stuff for our apartment until we move into the dream apartment that we're working on saving for. So Oh, we're gonna have to have a block party. That's looking like there might be a block party happening right here in a training. Yes. Training / opportunity. If you have a question, ask me, okay? Ever consider doing a behind the scenes show while you're live? I do it, Sherry, for my team. Yes. I'm so excited about the Venetian. It looks all kinds of bougie. Yeah, Sherry, I've done a behind the scenes. Oh, you gotta go. Sorry, honey. I do behind the scenes trainings on how I do my lives for my team. Yeah, I do that. How do you decide when it's best time to go live? I know consistency is best, but my viewers range drastically when I go live. I am a firm believer, Christina, in you have got to pick, hi Dawn, your times and lock them in. People have to view you like Grey's Anatomy or any other show that they like. I never watched Grey's Anatomy, so I'm not sure even where that came from. But whatever show they like, you need to become it. If you are jumping all over the place, especially when you first start out, you're confusing people and they're not going to come watch you because they don't want to have to try to figure out when you're on. My customers know Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Bam. They count on me just like they count on a show that they love. Now, can I jump on like on a Tuesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Yes, because I've developed a following and I use ManyChat to tell my customers that I'm on at this time also. Look, you get me at a bonus time. But I am consistently on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I do not miss a show. If I have to miss a show, like I'll be traveling next week, so I won't be around. My customers know that. So I'll post it on my business page. I'll send out a ManyChat blast just to remind people I'm not on tonight. I'm in Vegas, but watch my Facebook page so you can see all the fun things that I'm doing. Does that make sense? I do not do messenger parties. I have a gal on my team that does, Leanne. I don't know anything about them. Facebook Live has worked for me, and the way I do albums works for me, so I haven't dabbled with anything else because at this point, what works for me works for me. Did you have that schedule from the start? For the most part, yes. My days shifted, and I used to go on earlier when I was teaching, Corey, but I was on when I'm pretty sure, I mean, I know Jen's here and Ann, from the very beginning, I was on, I know it was at least 2 times a week. It's at least 2 times a week, and I was doing 4-hour shows. I went on at 7 p.m. Eastern time until 11 because I had to get up the next day at 5:30 in the morning. But here's the thing, if you're not going live long enough, you're not giving especially those moms time to watch you. Because I always use this as an example. Mom might be watching you while she's preparing dinner or doing the dishes, right? She's got her phone right there. She's watching, she's enjoying. Now she has to step away from your show because she has to go put her kid to bed, get the bath, do the story, the snack, the bed, the whole thing, right? If you're a mom, you know that takes time. Now she wants to come back and watch you. If you're only on for an hour, you're gone, okay? She's not going to be able to come back and watch you because you already left because you thought you had something else you needed to do. So she comes back, you're not there, she's going to come and watch somebody like me who's on for 4 hours, okay? Also, if you're not on long enough, you're not allowing for those other time zones. I'm on till 1 o'clock in the morning. My California people are popping on after they get home from work and after they have dinner. Does that make sense? Do you go live on your personal page or a group or business? Shar, I talked about that at the beginning. Business page, and I do not believe in groups. I love that you are there at this time always. Yes, it's clockwork. Yes, Jennifer agreed. I'm not a paparazzi consultant, but Heidi is the best. Oh my gosh, Cindy, thank you. She holds your interest, gets to know her clients and their taste in jewelry, and before you know it, you have spent the whole evening with her buying bling. Thank you. I have been a consultant. Crystal, I don't know if it's Crystal or Alton talking, or maybe both. I've been a consultant since July of 2019. Crystal, are you interested in joining my team? 2 times a week. Yeah, is that what it was, Jen? Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Bite of Bling, that's what they were. So I would come home from work and I'd be live for 15, 20 minutes. Even if I just showed 20 pieces. My goal was, yes, to sell the jewelry, but to have people see me. If you're not live long enough, there is nobody in the world that thinks you're serious about this business, okay? If you are not showing up enough, you are not showing people that you're serious, so why should they take you seriously? People know Paparazzi and Heidi Bound are connected, okay? If I'm going live once a month, Why would they want to come follow me? If Target is open once a month, you're not shopping Target, you're going to go to Costco. Okay, so can we please keep this in mind, consultants? Oh, a consultant already. Gotcha. I'm a consultant. All right, Dorothy, what's up, girl? So, Dorothy, I don't need you on my talk to you after the show list, now do I? All right, any other questions? If not, Anne, if you're still here, or Jen, if one of you can post my link. I've got a handful of people that I could tell you're asking me the questions that tell me that you want to be on my team. How long did it take you to get a large group? On my business page? I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about, Dawn. I did not use my business page at first. So, I mean, I had a good amount of Facebook friends at the beginning. I did, but I worked on that. So, I don't even remember, like, early on. I can't even tell you how many viewers I had when I first started. Thanks, Jen. I don't remember. I mean, Jen's the one remembering that I was on 2 times a week, and I didn't remember that. So, Jen, I don't know, Jen, how many viewers did I have? I don't know. But it was a matter of building. So if I had 5 viewers, I'm still gonna show you jewelry, right? Because here's the other part. Right now, that says 110, okay? That thing has fluctuated. This is from 100 to like 1, I don't know what the highest was since I've been on. Okay, that number has fluctuated. Did you know that that number is not accurate? Okay, that little number right there. I stopped doing shows on my personal page, Leanne, a while back. I never had problems, but I stopped doing them in January. Okay, you see that? That's not accurate. There are many more people watching than 110. I guarantee that there are people, here's the deal. You can watch somebody's video without actually clicking onto the video. All I need to do is scroll through Facebook and turn up the volume on somebody's video on my news feed. Okay? Just turn up the volume. I will not register right there as a viewer if I only turn up the volume. I guarantee you there's probably at least double that amount of people watching this video right now who have not clicked on the video, they only just turned up the volume. So that number, although important, is not the end-all be-all, okay? How many giveaways do you average per show? Honestly, Christina, it depends on the show. Last night I didn't do any, okay? But the show on Thursday night, I gave out a whole ton of jewelry. Hi, Susan. So, but I'm at that point where I can do that, right? That my customers are going to come and watch my show and purchase whether I have giveaways going or not. And I don't want my show to be just about free pieces, because the other part is I need to make some coin, right? So your giveaways have to be really strategic. Why are you doing them? Okay. Thursday night, I did a free piece for every piece that's sold out. So a piece, I mean, unless I had 1 or 2 of it, but if a piece sold out, then I would add another freebie, and anybody that was there, you didn't have to purchase, of course, that's against compliance. Anybody that was there had the opportunity to win. Yeah. But last night I didn't do any giveaways, and I had over 100 viewers. My viewers dropped down. I think at 1 o'clock in the morning, I still had 80 some viewers. So people are not coming just for the freebies. Okay. You have to be entertaining. You have to have enough jewelry for everybody. If you can't have it, you can't sell it. Okay. You have to have enough to go around. Went live 5 nights in a row last week. 5th night got over 10 viewers and gave away 2. Beautiful. Sherry, you got to, yes. How much jewelry do you need to buy on a weekly basis? That depends on what you sell the week before, Shelly. If you go to my YouTube channel, there is a video on inventory. I teach you strategically, and that's open to anybody. I teach you strategically how to buy inventory in that video, okay? If I'm only selling 10 pieces in a week, I'm not dropping an order of 200 pieces the next week, right? So go watch that video, and I actually break it down for you. So any other questions, especially from those people that are thinking about joining my team? I have a few people. If there's anybody interested in joining my team and you want to talk afterwards, please write the word info right here in the comments, info or join, or go to Facebook Messenger. Yes, all right, Kimberly girl. And Kimberly, we're going to talk. We're going to get you on my team. or go to Facebook Messenger and just write the word join or info. I'm going to open my laptop right after this, and I'm going to be in touch with people. I have about, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here on my list that I'm going to talk to right after the show to answer any questions. And let's get you signed up today. This is the perfect time to join with the promotion and holiday season. Like, things are starting to boom, and I made you a promise. Yes, that is the pink diamond crown covered in Swarovski crystals. How gorgeous is she? I'll rock her for you. I can actually wear this through an entire show with no bobby pins. It takes a little skill. I think playing flute and piano for a really long time has given me good posture, although sometimes I look a little slouchy. Sometimes I'm like, pick it up, girl. Yes, but there she is. And if you join my team, I can teach you how to get this little baby or something awfully close. Yes. You get a tiara. I know. You get a tiara starting at platinum. Yep. You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions? Any other questions? She looks Swarovski crystals all over this girl. This is no joke. When you are still growing, is it better to buy more inventory or wait till you sell? Hannah, I'm going to give you the same answer I keep giving about inventory. Go watch that video, okay? Go watch that video, okay? That's going to it's going to teach you how to buy inventory. Okay, I want you to go watch that. Okay? And make that. I know I'm not answering those inventory questions here, and it's because I could talk about how to buy inventory for an hour. But that YouTube video breaks it down. Thank you, thank you. So grab a notebook and go watch that video on my YouTube channel, Hannah, and it's going to help you to answer those questions. Oh my gosh, Cindy, you're so sweet. Thank you. Should you always show vintage and new? Christina, I'm a big fan in mixing it up. Hey, Brian. The reason that I think that if you have enough inventory to mix it up, I think it's really smart, because here's the deal. Everybody, all of the consultants have access to the new pieces every single day, right? Monday through Friday, brand new pieces, we all have access. So if you're only showing new, as people are scrolling through Facebook, everybody's, we all have those new pieces. So what's going to make you stand out, what makes me stand out, is that I have those vintage vault pieces that other people might not have, right? Everybody has the new hot fringe earrings if they got them. But what makes me stand out is that I have things that are a little bit different, okay? How do you talk to your SO about working your business and then your SO? Support of others? Is that what that is? Hi, Shalonda. Hannah, I believe this. When your family starts seeing the green, they're going to support you. And if they're not supporting you at first, then it's on you, boo-boo. And that means you just got to work super hard so that you can show that the work you're putting in is reaping the rewards. That's it. I mean, my brother-in-law, my sister Hillary is a consultant. My brother-in-law will tell you that he was not supportive at all until he started seeing the money. And then he was like, oh, okay, so this thing actually works. All right. Yeah. So my sister had something to prove, she did. And he became much more supportive when that money started rolling in. Just saying. She wasn't going to convince him otherwise. Let's just keep it real. So I see some people messaging me on my phone. If you don't want to put it right here in the comments, I understand that. But if you are interested in talking to me, I'm going to open my laptop right now and reach out to 1, 2, 3. There are 4 of you I'm going to reach out to that ask some really amazing questions about joining. I'm going to reach out to you right now, get you signed up today. Like, let's do it. The sooner you get signed up, the sooner you start making money. Yes. Okay. If you don't have that inventory, you can't sell that inventory. So let's go. I have people like, oh, I'm going to wait for a year. Why? Why wait? Imagine what could happen in a year. Look what happened to me in a year. Why would you wait a year? It doesn't make sense. Okay? So if you don't have it, you can't sell it. Let's start selling it. Let's start selling it. Paparazzi Jewelry sells itself. The rest is your hard work. Open your mouth, show the jewelry, have fun. Okay? Any other questions? If not, I'm going to go reach out to these amazing people that would like to join the Gotham gang today. I'm going to give it a few more seconds. I know you might be thinking about things, or, the comments are delayed. I get all of that. Yeah. So thanks. This has been fun. This has been 2 hours. We've been on for 2 hours. Thank you for those of you who stuck with me there. Yeah, you got to talk to your person. And honestly, sometimes it's like, I'm the kind of person too, like you can talk, blah, 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 blah. Stop talking and start doing. So I'm going to sell this. I'm going to recruit that. I'm going to do, okay, stop saying it and go do it. So people give me a lot of, hey, Sherry, give me a lot of like lip service. I hear, you know, things. Go do it. Go do it. And then I'll know that you're serious. Okay? And stop making excuses and stop getting in your own way. That's such a big thing. Sherry, how you doing, girl? Thank you, doll. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I am going to go. I'm just watching to see because sometimes like a question will pop up. Hi, Beth. Sometimes a question will pop up. So I want to just make sure I take care of everybody. The replay of this will be up. If you know somebody that will benefit from this, whether they're a current consultant or you know somebody that could use paparazzi in their life, please send this to them. I'm sure you could all stop and think right now about those single moms, those people that want to travel more. Start to think about those people that are looking to, you know, feel some self-worth in their life. Send this link to them. Okay? Good, Sherry. Good, good, good. All right, so with that, I'm going to go because I'm not seeing any other questions. If I go and then something pops up and you want to message me, please do. Also, check me out on YouTube. I have tons of training there, especially about inventory. I know I kept kind of pushing that one off, but you can absolutely go check out my inventory training and my training on hostesses. Game changer. Game changer up in here. All right, I'll talk to you. Thank you so much. Have a great Saturday. Bye now.